What's up, guys? Next up we got Lina. Two versions of this hero that you can play. There's support, there's mid version. I'm just gonna do the mid one. I like it more. I think it's much more fun and can really contribute to your team winning, right? So let's just quickly go through the items and kind of talk with the spells and the whole thing, right? So with the boots, I just like getting travel. Travel because it goes with the passive, you move units faster. You can teleport anywhere on the lane. Let's say there's a fight happening on top or the bottom. You can quickly get there. If you want to finish somebody off that's low health with Laguna Blade, stop him with your stun. Do some nice AoE as well. There's a lot of options that you already have once you get there, right? So the hero is pretty much equipped with all of the nuking power that you can imagine, right? In a game like this. So also the other thing is you can easily push waves. You'll be getting some damage and attack speed. It's great for, she's just great, even especially if she hits like a hero with these spells while she's on the lane pushing. So let's say you hit somebody with a couple of spells, they kind of back away. You retain all the attack speed. You can just hit the tower once you eliminate the creep wave, right? The enemy creep wave. So just a bunch of great ways and a very high potential for travel, whether it's ganks, running away, chasing somebody, pushing the lanes, you know, immediately remove the mobs, keep hitting the tower. A lot of potentially good stuff with this, right? So I just always go with that. Where you want to rush this first, I just usually get it as a first one. Because again, I already have everything. As soon as I get this, I can just look at the map, gank, go anywhere where I want to go, or maybe back to base, regenerate mana, you know. It's just I think the best item that you can start with, right? Considering boots. Now, Desolator is something that I don't make that often for heroes. I actually like it for Lina. Recently it got buffed with the passive where your damage can go up to 70. So you get +2 damage every time you kill enemy heroes. So that's kind of 70 damage. It's a lot. 50 was kind of, you know, maybe I get it, maybe not. I was kind of thinking, but with the potential going up to 70, that's a really nice buff, plus the armor reduction. And for Lina especially because of the Fire Soul passive. So, you know, you just get a lot of fast attacks going on with the extra damage and armor reduction. You can really easily delete, especially supports, you know, early carries, heroes that just don't stack a lot of health, and none of them do, right? Only a couple of really offlaners, defensive offlaners, usually people kind of keep it on the lower side. They kind of go for something else, right? So unless it's something like this that can maybe give you trouble, you can pretty much destroy anybody with just the Desolator and boots. It does have to be travel as well. So I am a level 30. I did take the passive, but I can just gonna show with just one item how it would kind of look like. You know, let's just hit a couple of heroes, so you can see the attack speed is pretty much crazy already. Damage is also nice. That's a level 30 tides. It chooses nicely through all of that. I, you know, discarded everything else, just kept the Desolator. So you can kind of see, you know, the attack speed is not completely there, but the damage is, the stuns here, the spells are, they kind of combine and get you the early kill. It does not have to be immediately attack speed, you know, and be like, I have Desolator, but I'm kind of missing attack speed and I can't kill. There's a bunch of other stuff that just gets you there no matter what, right? So second item that I kind of like is Shadow Blade. Just for the, again, for the ganking ability, for the way to just disappear, extra damage, extra attack speed. I usually just kind of bump this into edge, so you know, on the attack you can even break any passives that they have. Let's say there's Bristleback, works especially well against Bristleback. You can solo that guy, no problems. You'll be far away as well, so you won't be taking damage from his passive. That's one example, right? So yeah, I just kind of like to get this, get some crits on top of this nice damage, some attack speed, and then you really become already kind of formed, more than enough to just, you know, go anywhere, and people are gonna be really scared at this point with you just having these, right? It's not just having these, they still cost money, but that's why you're mid, that's why you're farming with this. You might even get some kills mid, you might even gank thoroughly, so Lina usually doesn't have that much trouble generating money, and no matter what, right? So after those, there's always the question of, can you attack once you buff your passive, if you can't attack, if you're getting stunned, if you're getting hexed, whatever it is, you know, slowed, you're missing a lot of potential DPS, and I mean a lot because of this. That might be the time to just get the Black King bar. It's also plus 25 damage, you're not missing out on anything. You also need strength, because you kind of gotta be able to stay there and fight. If there's a need, if you can't get away with only these, investing into something else, just get a Black King bar. You'll need it at some point of the game. Why not just go early and kind of, you know, just stand there and auto attack. Nobody can stop you really. You're also ranged, which is even worse because the melee has to catch you. And to pierce through all of this, a Black King bar, they will need a bash effect, either spells or made bash, and that bash needs to proc. So a lot of trouble just, you know, trying to approach Lina under ult, not ult Black King bar, and, you know, trying to stop her from attacking. You can't really do much. So that would be probably the time that I usually get this. If not, you can go something like Monkey, something like Bloodthorn, something like Hex. I just get Monkey because it's damage, it's attack speed, 80% to proc some extra damage on top of that. Usually I always kind of say keep Monkey if there's a need for it, if there's Phantom Assassin, if there's somebody with Butterfly that you gotta need to hit. But with Lina it just synergizes really well with the passive. I just like it as it is. It's extra damage, attack speed, plus the proc chance is gonna be really high because of the Fiery Soul passive attack speed, right? So I just kind of make it, and, you know, in a way you also secure yourself if there is somebody that's gonna go for Butterfly. But if they have any brain and they see what you're going for, they're just gonna not make it probably anyways, because, you know, what's the point then if one of the biggest you know, physical and spell damage nuker can just kill you anyways? You would probably go for something else then, right? So yeah, prepares you for that, adds you all of the nice things. Go with this, go with your physical damage, and yeah, that's kind of how you have everything already, right? There's a last slot where I kind of wanna when I like getting something like Bloodthorn. Bloodthorn purely because it's also some attack speed, but I don't want to get something, you know, like Assault. I don't want to get something like Moonshard. I like other effects here because it's 20 int. That's also damage for you. Attack speed, damage. You even get a hood effect, right, from the Mage Slayer. And plus that, once you attack any enemy heroes, you also get spell protection for those that you directly hit. On top of that, right? Plus the silence. Plus anybody that you hit when you silence them, because it's a Bloodthorn, it's crits, it's all crits. So just imagine you silence somebody, there's crits, there's a whole lot of attack speed, plus the damage, plus the Black King bar so they can't even hit you, plus the Silver Edge if you gotta escape. Silver Edge can also be something like Blink. If you don't want to go for this, there's always Blink if you want to go for that. But Silver Edge just kind of gives you a great opening, and like I said, it breaks any passives. It really deals with those nasty heroes, right? Also against Ench, also breaks Ench's ult that slows all the physical attacks down, right? So, you know, you can kind of combine those and swap in and out. If you don't want to go something like this or maybe something like that, there's always Satanic. There'll be a lot of attack speed there anyways, so if you want to go for Satanic, that's enough. Attack speed plus the damage, you'll heal back no problem. For me it depends. If I go something like Satanic, if I go something like Hex, if I kind of feel like it's enough for me to just kind of go full damage, I might think you kind of control stuff. I don't have to be, you know, like this savior where we're kind of needing that one disabled, but nobody made it. There's games where something happens, nobody really makes stuff that we need. You know, sometimes we really need Halberd to be made from the offlaner. Maybe he never makes that, and you kind of feel you're kind of slipping away with the whole fights and stuff. You can't really control it well. There's always an option to just get a Hex if you want. Great stats, 35 int, that's all damage for you, and of course, you know, the ability to just Hex and just nuke him while they're hexed. So that's kind of my optional stuff. I would probably end up with something like this. There's also an option for Daedalus. If you want to make Daedalus, some people like making Daedalus here instead of Desolator. It's kind of usually something that I would go for, you know, maybe I'm not going for Edge, because this is crits on top of crits. Maybe I would just go for one of these, and then invest into something else. But again, this is still damage. As we're starting, there's plus 90 damage by default. So can't go wrong with that. But yeah, that's probably something that I would go for. And like if you feel like, yeah, it's just kind of have to get a feeling of the fights and stuff. Silver Edge might be, I keep mentioning this, they kind of feel useless if they're really aware. They got a lot of stuns and hexes, and they kind of warded the whole map. Really might be just better to get a blink. Like it's a huge loss of any potential damage and crits, and just, you know, moving around like a rat waiting to attack somebody. But blink can be pretty huge if you're having those troubles, you know, and depending how much your team can control them as well. So there's also blink, but yeah, if there's no problems, probably something like this. And these are the optional ones, right? So yeah, that would be kind of the whole build and the spells. Just don't forget, these do not activate. A lot of people forget these do not activate. I see them doing this, you know, on the ground and then attacking. You do not get stacks by just hitting air, you know. You gotta, it says exactly hits an enemy. So there needs to be somebody, heroes, creeps. There's no creeps here, but just imagine kind of if you're like pushing a lane, they have to have these items. That's kind of crazy, but you can see 7 stacks just from one wave. The attack speed becomes really crazy. So, you know, once you clear the wave, there will be the tower, and you would just kind of unleash all of that on the enemy tower, easily take it down, push even more. So Lina is one of the deadliest ones to have left after like a big team fight. If she's alive and she's pushing the lane, you are in a big danger. It's something like Troll Warlord, just, you know, focusing on one target and completely destroying it. And your creep waves are actually not helping at all because of these, right? But just remember, you have to hit with these to actually get the stacks. It just can't be casted like this. And where's my attack speed? You know, you gotta hit either heroes or mobs. But you can see in a fight, if there's heroes next to the mobs, you hit all of them, you get some crazy stacks, and, you know, just right click away with the Black King and ignore everybody. So yeah, that would be that. Now, talent trees quickly. I already took the level 21. This is what you always take if you play the mid version. You know, just further buffs your passive, and that's your main tool for getting kills. Now, starting at the beginning, you can kind of choose with this. You can go damage, you can go Dragon's Slave cooldown. It puts it really low, 5.5. But on damage is kind of instant, and once you cast this, you kind of want to dish out the maximum right click damage, right? Once you cast this and this, even though it's 6 seconds, you do not want to waste that cast time and everything waiting. I mean, you can be auto attacking, right? So I would say probably damage, even though it's 25, it's not that much, but it adds up, you know, it adds up to everything. So I would just be damage. This would be health, probably. I'm not playing really support. I'm kind of worried, am I going to be alive enough so I can get the full value of the passive. It's a huge bonus health, you know, why not take it? You do not go with Lina really any health items unless they're satanic. And, you know, some health is in hex, but usually it's on your Black King bar as health, and you know, the game kind of knows that you'll be in health. That's why they're offering for you, because they know you'll be going primarily damage. So yeah, you know, otherwise than Black King bar, there's really no health. Third one we said, and the last one I just take attack range. That's pretty much your free Dragonlance, Pike, however you want to call it. You can also get Pike. I forgot, but again, Pike can be great just pushing anybody away and doing fast attacks. The attacks also speed up because of the Pike effect, but they can also be sped up with this. You know, maybe you went for something like Dragonlance into Pike, that's completely fine. Gives you another tool to move around faster. The end result is great with the pushback and being able to attack 5 times. if they want to catch you, you have something waiting for them, and once they get close, you'll be doing the damage the whole way once they're start approaching you. So there's that. You know, you can build a lot of distance. I kind of completely left the Dragonlance and the Pike out of this because I was really hyper focused and stuff like that. But you know, there's always Pike, I guess, for a hero like this. You know, she does not have to be that different from, let's say, Drow Ranger. You can get it if you want, right? Of course, Drow would not get this right in this. But yeah, that would be that. I just always take the attack range. Ult gets 25 seconds of this, but you do not care that much about ult. Ult is great, but you know, becomes much better with the scepter and stuff, and you don't really make scepter. Even if they pop lacking bars, you don't care about this. You can just kind of hit them anyways with your physical damage, you know. Yeah, but yeah, you can go this if you want. 25 seconds. Again, I'll have to see enemy team. I'll have to see how the game goes. Maybe there's value in being able to spam this regardless. Usually there isn't. I really like attack range. So even if they get away from me, I can still keep hitting them in the back for a lot of attacks. And if you have so much damage like this, it can really add up. So you know, kind of decide on that one. But yeah, that would be it. That would be Lina. It's crazy fun hero. There's a lot of combos you can go for, and like I said, she does not need much. Something that she actually needs is a blacking bar, and you can build anything around this because this one is really only needed so you can attack. This is the one because, you know, if you can't attack, if you're hexed, if you're stunned, you're losing all DPS, this is the one that you really need, I would say, and travel. But you can build anything you want, any combo around blacking bar, just anything you want really. As long as it's like mix a damage, attack speed, any of those, right, to go with the passive. So yeah, that will be it, guys, and I'll be seeing you on the next one.